I'm Judy, HOA president. Karen called the cops on me for moving out, but my son John exposed her lies. I was the HOA president of Willow Ridge for 14 years. 14 years of managing complaints, resolving disputes, organizing neighborhood events, and making sure our community stayed clean, safe, and orderly. I didn't do it for recognition. I did it because I cared. As a dedicated community leader, I took pride in maintaining the high standards of our neighborhood. I was always available to listen to concerns, mediate disputes, and ensure that our community remained a wonderful place to live. But when I decided it was time to step down and move closer to my grandkids, I didn't expect what came next. The morning after I announced my retirement, I was packing boxes in my driveway when a police car pulled up. The officer got out and said they received a report of suspicious activity. Suspicious. I was moving out in broad daylight, in my own van, from my own home. Turns out, the call came from Karen, my neighbor, and the same woman who'd been trying to take my position on the HOA board for years. She claimed I was abandoning my duties without properly transferring HOA authority. She told them I was hiding official documents. She even hinted at possible financial misconduct. All lies, but they were just enough to cause trouble. Karen had always wanted control. She smiled to your face but took note behind your back. The moment I said I was leaving, she saw her opportunity to take over completely. What she didn't count on was my son, John. John is a cybersecurity analyst. Quiet, smart, and very thorough. When all this began, he started collecting everything. Emails, voicemails, board messages, everything Karen sent. He even traced how she used HOA funds to pay for her private landscaping and filed them under beautification expenses. He built a full case. And then, he waited. At Karen's first self-declared HOA meeting, where she tried to present herself as a new president, John showed up. He didn't say a word at first. He just connected his laptop to the projector and hit play. Recordings of Karen threatening me. Emails where she lied to other board members. Proof of her manipulating voting processes and misusing community funds. It was all there. The room went dead silent. Then someone stood up and said, "Karen, you need to step down." Others followed. The board suspended her immediately and called for a formal election. She walked out red-faced, shouting something about defamation. But no one followed her. I didn't want revenge. I just wanted peace. Karen tried to take power through manipulation. But in the end, her own actions destroyed her credibility. Moral of the story: real leadership is built on trust and service, not control and fear. And when people lead with ego and lies, truth is a way of catching up with them, even if it takes a while. As I look back on the experience, I realized that it had taught me a valuable lesson about the importance of integrity and transparency in leadership. I was proud of my son, John, for standing up for what was right and exposing Karen's lies. And I was grateful for the support of our community, who saw through Karen's manipulation and stood up for the truth. The experience had been a difficult one, but it had also been a valuable lesson in the power of truth and integrity. I would carry that lesson with me for the rest of my life, and I would continue to strive for excellence in all that I did. The story of how Karen was exposed would serve as a reminder to others who might try to manipulate and deceive their way to power. It would also serve as a testament to the power of courage and determination in standing up for what is right. Years later, when people asked me about my experience as HOA president, I would tell them about the importance of integrity and transparency in leadership. I would tell them about the dangers of manipulation and deception, and the power of truth and courage in exposing wrongdoing. And I would remind them that real leadership is built on trust and service, not control and fear. The story of Karen's downfall will be a cautionary tale, a reminder of the consequences of allowing ego and ambition to cloud one's judgment. It would also be a reminder of the importance of standing up for what is right, even in the face of adversity. As I looked out over the community that I had served for so many years, I felt a sense of pride and satisfaction. I had done what was right, and I had stood up for the truth.